So to the 212 people that already seen this video and have sent me all those great comments, I really apologize to make you watch this again. But I received an email from someone asking a couple questions, and I just realized it's not in that last video I just posted. The entire clip that I recorded somehow did not make it into that last review, so I'm going to do this again. Those of you that have already seen it, I'm sorry to let you know that there's a new video up. So here's the new review again for the Yuneec Q500 G version. This is the G version, which refers to the GoPro gimbal. And let me just show you what I'm referring to here. This is the gimbal mount for the GoPro. In the back there is the transmitter. As you can see it back there, that is the MK58, which is the transmitter, and then that sends the video signal to whatever device that you're going to sling the GoPro video to. In this case, we were sending it to the ST10 Plus transmitter. I'm here to tell you that the gimbal itself, how it compares to, say, the Seago 3 camera and gimbal, it works excellent. It works just as you would think it would, being from Yuneec. And matter of fact, I'm going to boot it up and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what this thing looks like. But before I do that, let's just talk about some of the things that I didn't like, or some improvements that maybe Yuneec might want to consider should they actually be listening to this. So here's one of the things that I did notice. I'm going to bring this in a little bit tighter so you guys can see this. On this gimbal, and it's really hard to make out using this iPhone, and I apologize, we're using the 6S Plus again for time restraints. So let me just point out, there's a gimbal lock on that, and you can barely make it out because it's all the same color. I was hoping that maybe this is a pre-production model, but if Yuneec is going to maybe put this thing out, it'd be great if they either sticker it up or change this gimbal lock to a different color to differentiate it, because it's really scary when you first get this and you're trying to figure out, how do I remove that? Which part do I grab onto? So let me just pause this real quick. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So the gimbal lock is on there. It's barely on there right now. I just have it loosened up because I wanted to show you just how easy it is to get those both lost into that one solid piece. It would be nice if Yuneec, if you're listening, either putting stickers on this or just making this gimbal lock a different color. That would be kind of nice, so that you can see what section actually you can hold on to remove this, because it's really scary when you're trying to force this thing off for the first time. But I have it loosened up, so it should come off fairly easy. Maybe not. And this is what I'm getting at. So right now I'm pulling on this, but I'm actually touching right here, which is actually part of the gimbal and not the gimbal lock. So the key is to grab onto the gimbal lock and pull this forward. So again, I think that they can improve that a little bit. So let me boot this up and let's talk a little bit about the gimbal itself and how it works with the GoPro. So let me boot that up real quick. Okay, now the gimbal, if you're wondering how it works, comparing it to the Seago 3 gimbal, they're very, very comparable. As you would expect from Yuneec, it does a great job. I mean, let me just show you, right now it's on, and you can tell this works just as it should. Very, very stable platform. It works. It works like it should. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to talk about that I think that could have been improved. One of the things is when this is connected to the craft, the battery does not charge in other words, the flight battery does not charge the GoPro. Now, that's a good thing because it optimizes your maximum flight time with the Q500. Now, the other bad caveat to that is, in order to charge the GoPro, you physically have to pull it out and then plug in the charger. We know the GoPros don't hold a charge very well. I mean, they kind of go out pretty quick. So it would have been kind of nice if Yuneec would have put some kind of a charging port on the mount itself, or make it accessible to be able to plug that in and charge it while it's still mounted onto the gimbal. That was just one of my things that I thought was kind of a neat feature if they would have added that. Now, what we did in this case is we bound the GoPro to the ST10 transmitter. So the GoPro is connected to the MK58 transmitter back there. You can see that. And that slings the video to the ST10 Plus. Now, on the ST10 Plus, you get your full display, you get your telemetry on your bird. It all comes up on, let me get this glare off there so you guys can see that. It all comes out on the screen. Now, the other thing that's nice is you can control the gimbal by moving this. So you can see the gimbal does move. With the ST10 transmitter, you can control the camera. But the one thing that it does not do, those of you that are familiar with the ST10 transmitter, the buttons at the top, which normally take your photos and normally start your video, and you can see where it says here, it doesn't actually work with the GoPro. And what I mean by that is those controls do not turn on the GoPro recording action or photos. You would actually need to use, what we're doing is we're using the GoPro remote control, and we're physically turning on or activating the camera with the remote control. The problem that you have is the remote control has a distance of about 250, 300 feet if you're lucky, and once you get past that point, you no longer have the camera control for the GoPro. So that's the downside. It would have been nice to somehow be able to use the ST10 controllers for the GoPro, but I understand that would have been a whole different ball of wax. But now those of you that are wondering what kind of distance are we getting with the GoPro and having the video link, well, a matter of fact, we did a night flight. Let me just show you right now. Okay, I'm at 1,900 feet and I have video and telemetry. So like I said, it's just, when I bring this phone over to this thing, I lose that connection for the telemetry and so forth. So yeah, here we go. Every time I try to bring this phone in to show you guys, that's usually what happens. So there you go, 1,900 feet FPV video, and the telemetry just kind of fades off when you try to bring a phone into it. So let's go back to the review. Let me bring this thing in and we'll go back and talk some more about the review. So there's your maximum range test using the GoPro, slinging that over to the ST10 transmitter for the video feed. So you noticed we got 1,900 plus feet, probably more like 2,000 feet, slinging the video from the Yuneec MK58 down there over to the ST10. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's very much on par with the Seago 3 4K also. Now, those of you that are wondering about the Wizard, did we use it? Absolutely. I was flying the Wizard probably most of the time that we were out testing this G, and I can tell you that the Wizard worked great. Now, I know I did get the question, can you use the Wizard and the ST10 together to control the Q5? And the answer is no. This Wizard works as a transmitter. So you can only have one transmitter bound to the Q5 at a time. That's only one at a time. So it's either this or that. Now, if you do decide that you want to use the Wizard, and I know that somebody's going to be asking this question if they haven't already, how do you get your video feed on the GoPro and tell what you're framing and so forth? Well, the answer is that you would want to download the GoPro app and have that on your phone or your iPad or whatever the case might be, and sling the video via Wi-Fi from the GoPro to your phone or device. And then, of course, you can activate the camera on your phone or your iPad to manipulate all the camera settings and so forth, or you can do what we were doing, which is you can use this remote control to turn on and off the camera using the GoPro remote. Now, the next video that we're going to have, I'm going to try to do something where we're going to mount the G gimbal onto a steady grip with the steady grip and the Seago 3, and we'll talk a little bit about the differences on that. So those of you that have endured this long video, and especially version 2 since I had to reshoot this whole thing, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate to shout out to me, and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Those of you that are looking to pick up or order the Yuneec Q500 with the G version, or even to pre-order or order the Yuneec Wizard, they are available at multicopterwarehouse.com. I know I probably sound like I work there, but I'm just giving those guys a shout out because they have been really, really fair with all the people that, especially myself, they've really taken good care of me on all the products that I've ordered from them. And so they do deserve a shout out. You can talk to Josh or Carrie over there, and they will help you select the product that fits you the best. And that brings up another point that I'm going to bring up real quick in closing. And let me just explain this really quick because I get this question a lot. People ask me, well, which one is the best? Which one is the best? The Yuneec Q500 with the Seago 3, or the G version, or whatever the case might be, whether it's a different brand or whatnot. And they always ask me, what is the best in your opinion? And that is really subject to interpretation, because you guys really need to think about this as if you're buying a car. What do all the cars do in common? They get you from point A to point B, but they get you there in different styles, in different speeds, and in different comfort. So if you're thinking about that as in a drone purchase or a UAV, I hate using the word drone, but that's kind of the way the public has dubbed it. If you're looking at it as a UAV purchase, do you want to get from point A to point B in comfort? Do you want to get there very quickly? Do you want to get there while playing with a whole bunch of different gadgets? That's all up to you. We really need to match the drone or the UAV to your particular need, to your particular style, and to your particular ability. Anyone who's first getting into this hobby, I would recommend different products for them. Same goes for a person who's first learning how to drive. You don't want to put them into a Shelby Mustang and say, here you go. Yes, it'll get you from point A to point B, but the abilities of a Shelby Mustang are going to be pretty extreme for the first-time driver. Same thing goes for different UAVs. We really need to look at what's going to best fit you for what your purposes are going to be, and then go from there. The guys over at Multicopter Warehouse will definitely help you to fit that, because I can tell you that there's a lot to go into selecting the right UAV or drone for you and your purpose. So hopefully that helps give you guys a little bit of perspective on the Yuneec Q500 and the G version, and also a little dab on the Wizard. One of the things that you might have noticed out there, I'm not sure if I picked that up on the video or not, but this is downloaded with the new software, which is the 1.07. The new 1.07 software that should be available soon will give the Yuneec Q500 a top speed of 18 miles an hour in angle mode, and while it's in the follow me mode, this will now cruise at 22 miles an hour. The other thing that you probably saw when I did the review on the Wizard, the landings now, especially in auto and in manual, the landings are very, very smooth. There's no more the really drastic ground effects where the quad is bouncing up and down as you're landing it. It comes down very steady, very smooth, and that is a great improvement. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way, shape, or form. And as always, thanks again for subscribing.